Have you and your spouse stopped talking to each other? Are you constantly arguing and bickering? Have you stopped trusting each other with your innermost thoughts and feelings? Hi, my name is Mark Webb, and today we're going to talk about 10 techniques to help you fall back in love with your spouse. I like to do these videos to help you guys because a lot of y'all I know won't seek the help of a therapist, and this is a way for me to reach more people. So please like the video and share it because you never know who needs this stuff. People are quietly suffering all the time. Your neighbors, your family members, you yourself may be doing this stuff. So maybe share it with your spouse or something like that. But get this message out there because it's actually pretty simple to get this ball rolling again. So I want to show you guys how. And so the first one I want to talk about is let go of resentments. Far too often we fight for our right to have our feelings, and we just want to hold on to our position, and while we're justified in being angry and resentful. And I'm saying, first off, just give up the right. So look, I know I have these resentments, but I'm going to let go of them so the marriage can move forward and get back on track. So let go of your resentments and get clear with that, and just make a conscious decision to do that. Whether your partner does or not, you do it. I am a firm believer that one person can turn a marriage around. So if you're in a frustrated situation and they don't seem motivated, you take these steps to heart today and watch what happens. It may take a little bit, but they will work. Number two is don't get sidetracked into having debates about who is to blame. You and your partner, you and your spouse, y'all may never fully agree on how we got to where we are and whose fault it is we got off track. And I'm just going to tell you, just quit worrying about all of that. Just kind of take responsibility for what you've done, but be more forward thinking versus backwards thinking. Number three is don't make excuses for not having enough time. I'm too busy to work on my marriage or whatever. You can totally revolutionize a marriage with just 60 seconds a day. So I don't want to hear that mess. It takes 2 seconds to say good morning. It takes 2 seconds to say sweet dreams before you go to bed. It takes 2 seconds to kiss them good morning. 2 seconds to kiss them welcome when they get home. 2 seconds to kiss them goodbye when they go into work, and 2 seconds, to kiss them before you go to sleep at night. It takes 5 to 10 seconds to give a meaningful, powerful hug. Hold your eye contact a few more seconds. But you add all that up, that's only like 60 seconds, which is minuscule out of a 24-hour day. You can always find time to do the things that are important to you. Make your marriage a priority. Number four is stop destructive communication patterns. So if you've been mean and hurtful towards your spouse in the past, make a decision that you're going to learn how to control your emotions. And you say, well, I don't know how. Well, that's kind of a lame answer these days because we have so many resources available to you on the internet. So start reading articles, get on Google and do a search on that. Watch videos such as this on Facebook, YouTube. These things are out there. Go to a licensed therapist and seek their help on how to better control your emotions. But one person making that decision can really make a huge impact. Start educating yourself on how. Number five is make time to talk. And you say, well, I don't know what to talk about. Well, if you say to your spouse, let's talk, they're going to answer back with, what do you want to talk about? And y'all know where it goes from there. It's just going to go, well, I don't know, and then it goes nowhere. So if you're kind of stuck, I don't have anything new to talk to my spouse about. It's just the same old, same old. Once again, go to Google and do a search of communication starters, and you will find hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of conversation starters. And some of them are random as all get out, but you will find some as you go in there. You may want to grab some of the random ones and just bring something up. What made you think that? So I just thought I'd try to find something new to talk about. But I promise you, in a stack of hundreds, you're going to find a lot of them that you can use. And dare to use some that are kind of unusual for you to bring up. Number six is be more appreciative of what your spouse does and has done. It's really easy when you're having problems just to focus on what's wrong and what's not going right. But take a step back and look at all the things that your spouse has done for you over the time that you've been together. Whether you've been together less than a year or you've been together 40 or plus more years, stop and really pay attention to all the special things they have done, the little things that have really fed the marriage. And then really look around you. What are they doing now? And make acknowledgement of that. A sincere thank you and getting in the habit of giving these sincere thank yous are very powerful in terms of opening your spouse back up to you. Number 7 is be more physically affectionate. I see couples all the time. I have to direct them in my office. Reach over and grab your spouse's hand. And there is such an awkwardness. They're almost afraid to do it. And they may have been married 30 years, but they're afraid to do it because they've been off track for so long. Love requires boldness. So if your marriage is off track and you're trying to get it back on track, and you're trying to fall back in love with your spouse, reach over there and grab their hand. Make a more conscientious effort to make that eye contact. Kiss them, and then turn around and kiss them again. If you have been sleeping in separate beds, which is kind of common in marriages that get off track, try to bridge that gap and get back in that bed with your spouse. And then say, what are you doing? And say, I should have never left, or it's time to get this going back. I'm tired of being without you. I don't want to be without you. It's probably a better way to say that. But be more physically affectionate. Number 8 is find a new interest that you both can share in. Far too often you'll see couples, they'll just have this parallel life. He does his thing, she does her thing. And how their evenings look is they get home from work. He spends his whole evening out in the shed, out in his workshop, drinking beer and watching the news. And she's sitting in front of the TV in the house. And they don't interact. They come back together at bedtime. And that's it. So if your marriage is grown weird like that and off track, find something that you can do that's maybe new and different, that you maybe not necessarily want to do on the front end, but it might actually be kind of fun to do anyway. Number 9 is make small regular gestures of kindness. Little small gestures of kindness are a great way to get this ball rolling. And if they ask you why are you doing this, just say because I love you. Because there doesn't have to be an occasion. So write a simple little post-it note that says thank you for this, or I love you, or I hope you have a good day. Little things you probably did to begin with. Next time you're at the store, buy them their favorite candy bar and bring it home to them. And they're going to be somewhat perplexed in why are you doing this? And just stay cool. Go ahead and anticipate that they may be somewhat defensive to this. Like, what are you doing? Or what do you want? What have you done now? Just say, no, I love you. I'm trying to get our marriage back on track. I'm trying to change my ways. But don't go, see, there you go. Every time I try to do something, you're being a jerk or whatever. Don't blow up. Stay cool. And number 10 is plan a romantic adventure. So this may just be a day of y'all doing something special, a weekend getaway, or a well-deserved vacation. But find something that you can do, because of some time together like that, away from your home and maybe away from the children, can re-energize a marriage actually very rapidly, and get in the habit of doing that. My professor in school used to say couples need to get away at least every 6 weeks to feed the marriage. And I think that's just a really good rule of thumb. I encourage it actually more often if you can, but when you have children, sometimes that's a little bit harder. But there you go. There's 10 techniques. All of them, as you see, all of them are simple. It just takes a little bit of boldness, a little bit of courage to get this ball rolling. So embrace your greatness and turn your marriage around. Thank you for watching. Like I said earlier, please like and share. And I'm going to put some other resources down below that you may be interested in. Most of it's free, and there's some stuff in there low cost, but just resources that will help you tap into things to turn your marriage around if it has gotten off track. So thank you for watching.